Hello, everybody. I'm very carefully eyeballing a very naughty cat who has snuck into my space and she just wants to mess with my vibe today. So today we are going to have do a practice of meditation that um, well, it's trauma. That's what we're going to talk about today. Um, Not the most, you know, hooray kind of thing, but I think that I know that everyone suffers from some sort of trauma or another, whether it be far, far back in their childhood or specific things that are happening currently. Um, the reason this came up for me without getting too deep into it, I have a adult child, who had a very traumatic experience this weekend or this last week, and a lot of chain reactions tend to happen when we experience trauma, and especially in his case because a group of people experienced that trauma, and the way that that manifested itself afterwards was so different for each person. But luckily enough, they also had someone, a therapist, that happened to be right there and able to process and help them um, come to terms with what has happened. And then we'll be there to continue to help because it is a long term thing. And also, I have a family member who um, is also going through some pretty really tough traumatic things right now. And with trauma comes, I think, a lot of different feelings and senses of loss, um, senses of being violated or what have you. I don't want to get into super descriptors, to be honest with you, because it's tough and it's heavy. um, but trauma can pull us into, we might seem like we're fine for so long, and the really interesting thing and not so great thing about trauma is that when we ignore it and we store it, it finds its way into your body, um, where you are maybe super tense and super in certain areas, and that trauma just stores itself. And if you're into yoga, especially for women, we tend to carry our stress, tension, and trauma in our hips. And so there are many things. Of course, yoga really does help if you are in tune to your body and you're feeling every, pay more attention to in here and your body rather than the exercise of it all. So with trauma pulling us into these past events, you can use mindfulness, which we've done. I mean, everybody knows what mindfulness is by now, but that allows you to ground your body, ground your nervous system in the present. Now, that doesn't mean that we're going to pretend that trauma doesn't exist and that you don't have things that you really want to release. You feel lighter when you do things like that. So, from sitting with the trauma, which we're going to do today, it's going to be kind of weird, but just go with it. So, sitting with trauma that stores itself in your body, this can be a healthier way to release it, through yoga, and through meditation. However, if you ever feel hopeless, if you feel like you're unable to perform just normal daily tasks, please seek professional help. There's no shame in that. Find somebody that you can talk to, whether it be a family member, a professional, a friend, a stranger. Like, reach out. and get yourself any help that you need to process things and get through tough times. It is not good to isolate yourself. So just remember that you are important, you are worthy, and you are loved, even when you feel like you're not. So, with that, I'd like you to go ahead and take a comfortable position, whether you're seated or lying down. And before we actually go into closing our eyes, we're going to start with a different way to process. So if you're going through some anxiety or anything like that, or you have trauma where it's hard for you to have your eyes closed, you don't have to do that. We've talked about that before. You can stare into a candle's flame, just kind of gaze off. But in this particular trauma type, dealing with trauma meditation, I want you to, it's kind of a little more active in the beginning. So rather than closing your eyes, I want you to start with your sight. I want you to just gently notice your immediate environment. Not really looking around and keeping your mind busy, but just noticing where you are and taking in what's around you. And then we'll move on to focusing on your sense of hearing. What do you hear? Do you hear a sound of a fan? Maybe you have some calming music. Maybe it's just my voice. And then I want you to turn your attention to your sense of touch. This could be the contact of your body sitting on a cushion or a chair, your body lying down, but also for your own comfort. When we access some of this trauma that lays in our body, find something that you may want to hold on to if that brings you comfort. Now, if it is comfortable for you, you can gently close your eyes, feeling your breath, inhaling and exhaling through your nose if possible. If that isn't working for your body right now, breathe in any manner that does. I want you to check in with yourself. Feel any sensations in your body, your energy level, or any self-talk that is present. Just allow what is here to be here. We'll now gently make our way through areas of the body where it is common to hold tension and trauma. By allowing it to be recognized and felt gently, the hope is that by accepting and naming this tension in your body, it will help allow some of it to be released. Know that this is a slow process, so be kind to yourself and practice non-judgment. So we'll start by bringing focus to any tension held in your jaw. And as you put that attention to your jaw, you will maybe feel it relax a little. If you realize that it's tense, breathing in and relaxing into. your jaw, feeling what is there. And now we bring our focus to the throat. Notice where you are holding tension here. You may be feeling it relax as you breathe into it. Remembering your intention here is to just feel it and breathe into it, not to fix it, not to change it. Moving our attention now to the chest and shoulders. Did you feel the shoulders drop away from your ears? Allow any trauma or tension to be noticed. Feeling it and breathing in. And now bringing your attention to the digestive system. Where your belly was probably tight, you can feel it maybe loosen up. Allow those feelings to be. And lastly, we focus on our hips and our lower back. As we breathe, feeling any tension that is being held here, and knowing that it is okay to have emotion attached to any of these places when you feel any trauma that's being held in your body, and that's okay. Placing your hand on your heart, both if you prefer. Noticing all of this tension and trauma we hold on to can help us release it in a kind and caring way. Know that it is important to care for your physical and mental well-being. And know that it is okay and very necessary to take time out to nurture yourself. Remember, you are loved. Bringing your hands to heart center. I thank you all for being with me today. Please take good care of yourself. And again, if you need any help, reach out to anyone, family, friends, or a professional. Don't stay silent in your own pain. And we'll close simply with namaste. Namaste, friends. Enjoy your week and take good care. Bye-bye.